I don't know. Maybe.
All right, now we're good.
Okay. Hi, Desiree.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
For a second, I questioned myself. Is it Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday.
I had to think about it for a second because I realized I forgot to do something that I do every Saturday. Whew. Oh well.
Uh-oh. Every Saturday except for one, but
This
the night
Sat.
is still young.
Yeah, I'll just remember to do it later. I have to. Anyhow, so what you do? What you up to today?
I'm not right now. I'm sitting in the car. Don't worry, I'm not driving because I have a little libation when we do these, so I'm not driving. But I'm sitting in the car at Ukaipa Gem and Mineral Society. So that's what I'm doing now. Because I was making earrings. They're having a high school age lapidary class.
Mm. What
So
exactly is that? Lap, lap, whatever you.
lapidary, that is jewelry making
Oh,
or rock work. So yesterday they had a nationally known geologist, Jim Bowden. He's a jeweler by profession as well. He makes jewelry homemade. But he had a video yesterday where he went out to the desert and collected jasper at Jasper sighting, and he went to Pisgah crater and talked about the geology there. And then today he cut some of the rocks that he found there.
mm-hmm.
They're going to vote on which rock they want to make into a cabochon, which just means the polished stone that would go into jewelry. And
Mm.
then tomorrow he's going to put it into the jewelry. And then next Friday, these kids are going to come down to the shop and get a certificate.
Oh, hold on a second.
Okay, so that was a short commercial break for barking dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the kids have 3 Zoom meetings, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And then next Friday at the Ukaipa Gem and Mineral Society in Ukaipa, the kids are gonna come into the shop and learn more. They're gonna get an apron and goggles and a certificate for classes and get a sample, a specimen, either Jasper, Pisgah, lava, or whatever they want, basically. It's a little science nerd class put on by our society.
Oh, that's good. That sounds
Yeah,
like a good time.
I think
Good,
so.
good educational time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So introducing your shirt, you got to show the shirt.
Oh, yeah. Hold on one second. Okay, so it is a grunt style shirt, and I got a dog. Hold on. So it says, I don't know if you could read it.
Says my conceal carry make me look fat.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't wear. I wear the only time I wear the shirt is when I'm not really going too many places or to the only to the range.
Right. You don't want people being like, oh, she has a gun on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So only for range days or just at home hanging out and whatever.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, I don't want people to know that I'm carrying that
Right.
carrying that day or what or carrying most like the public because sometimes the public can be
Yeah. A little
you
weird
know
about
that's why I hate going out and shopping anymore.
people. It's too peoply.
Yeah, too many people. Yeah, yeah, because I mean I had my shopper my personal shopper shop
Yeah.
today for me. And I was like, boy, you took a long time today. He says, yeah, you know what? There was just long lines at the grocery store, a lot of people, and not
Yeah.
everybody is nice.
Yeah. That's true. They're not.
Yeah, but
So I
yeah.
tried. I usually have wine, and I haven't opened this one, but I did try it. It's a Michelob Ultra. It's an alcoholic seltzer. You can get it in several different flavors. It's only 80 calories, 0 carbs. And if you like drinking those bubbly waters that aren't so good, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Alka Seltzer. And there's not a lot of flavor. It's a hint of flavor, and the alcohol content is really, really, really low. So it's almost pointless to drink it. You're not going to get a buzz. You're not going to taste any alcohol flavor. It doesn't taste like an actual beer.
So what's
Or
what's the deal on it if it doesn't taste like beer and it doesn't have that much alcohol in it? Why do people drink it?
maybe I am like so maybe I'm an alcoholic and it doesn't affect me anymore because it's only maybe you have to have like 6 of these. I don't know, but it
Maybe it's a
doesn't taste.
beginner's drink.
Yeah, it could be like maybe like when I was 19 and if I was gonna have, I didn't drink at that age, but if I had one when I was like a baby age, maybe it would do something for me. But for a girl who likes the scotch on the rocks, this is not gonna cut it. Although the carbs are zero, that was the selling point.
That's probably well, water does the same thing.
Right, right. You could get that what is that we have that canned bubbling water here in California. I can't remember the name of it. LaCroix? LaCroix? Yeah. But
I
it tastes like that. If you like that sparkling water thing.
doesn't Perrier do that too?
Yeah, but that's way above my budget.
Yeah, I don't like it though. I think it tastes funny, but it's okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
fine. To each their own.
Exactly. Yeah,
If
so
you want something that
my drink
doesn't
is
taste like alcohol
yeah.
and you like sparkling water, then this is for you. For somebody like me, it's not my fave at all.
No, my drink's a little more, less alcoholic. So Sunny D.
A little less.
No, I like to put them in the freezer and get them all slushy and drink them like that.
Like an orange Julius.
Yeah,
That's
without the
cool.
cream flavor to it. But yeah, it just I like to drink it half frozen.
That's a cool idea. I never thought of that.
Makes it a treat.
Yeah. That's true. So
I'm kind huh?
this week last week I guess was the NRA trial,
Oh,
and Wayne LaPierre testified.
I didn't get to read that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so people were able to get in on the webcam on WebEx and go to Judge Hale's department, I guess,
Hmm.
or yeah, the department WebEx, and get on there and watch the testimony. And I'm told, and I was working, so I didn't get to watch it, but I'm told that it was pretty much a show. it
Really?
was not it was not good. And Wayne has been the face of the NRA for almost 3 decades, so he's used to being under pressure and speaking, but he did not do well with this judge. The judge had to constantly tell him to answer the question, and he kept dodging the question because he's been taught to block and bridge. If somebody, a typical media response, they teach you in media school, if someone asks you a question, then you respond with an answer to what you wanted them to ask you. So you avoid having to answer the real question. And that's what he was doing with the judge, and it wasn't going over really well. But
Mm,
he's claiming, the chief financial officer didn't know what Wayne was spending, and the right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing, and Josh Powell did bad things, and Wayne did admit that he did some bad things, but he later fixed them. So
mhm.
I guess it's been really bad. It did not go well so far. And the trial far from over. It'll start again Monday.
So what is the trial for though? Is this for the
So
bankruptcy?
this is well, yes, because remember, so Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, is suing the NRA, wants to dismantle the NRA and distributed their assets out because she believes that they've been financially irresponsible as a 501c3. She wants to pull that status and basically destroy the NRA. So she is anti-NRA, but then she also wants to do it through a legal channel so she can make it stick, you know.
Mhm,
So at the time, the NRA decided we're going to move, and they've been in. So they're 501c3 is registered in New York. Their
mhm.
headquarters in Virginia and in
Uh,
Fairfax.
yeah.
So they move to avoid this. They move to Texas. They want to move the business to Texas, and they incorporate it under the name Sea Grit, like SEA Grit, as a fake name, pseudonym. Uh, so they make a little fake name there and they declare bankruptcy. Well, you have all these board members that say nobody told us, nobody asked us. It was just a handful of folks that decided at Wayne's level, we're going to try to avoid this lawsuit in New York by going to Texas and filing bankruptcy. So
Mm-hmm.
now the battle is, who did all of this? Why are they allowed to even do that? How can they avoid the lawsuit? All of this stuff is coming out about who did what to get to the point that the NRA is in now. So it's not going well for the people that are speaking on behalf of members.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Wow.
unfortunately, they are the face of the NRA, which is kind of backwards. It's kind of how we talk about politics working for us, the board and the EVP. They're supposed to work for the members as well. But
Well, the only thing I could say about it is I really hope that the NRA can survive this
yeah, well,
because there's what 5 million members.
approximately, yeah,
Yeah,
5 million
that's a
of
lot
us.
of people, and you know the fact that we have that the NRA has such clout with what's the word with politics and stuff and politicians,
Right,
you know, and literally the largest to a Second Amendment group out there.
right. Well, and they are the mothership for the rest of the 2A groups in the country at this point.
Yeah,
And Wayne admitted that he's there to raise money for the NRA. That's his whole goal as the EVP, is to raise money for the NRA. And it's great. He has a lot of donor connections. I'm sure he has done amazing things, but there's been some things that have, some of the things aren't so great, and those things are coming out, and it's kind of turning people away from them. He did admit that he's a Democrat. He admitted that he was a Democrat lobbyist before he worked for the NRA. But that's why the NRA picked him up, is because of his lobbying, his ability to be approachable and get donors and do public speaking, his lobbying voice. That's why they picked him up. So
right.
now people are going to say, he's a sleeper cell. We knew it all along. um, I don't know. It's going to be very polarizing, all the things that are coming out at this trial. It's unfortunate. I'm a benefactor member. You're a life member.
I'm in endowment life too.
There you go. See, endowment. I'm benefactor life. So we aren't anti NRA ladies
No,
by any means,
mm,
but I think, like I said before, if they should have just said, this is where we screwed up before it got this far.
right.
Fix it, and then everyone would have forgiven them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you know what? We're both now, both of us, again, you are part of the members council here in the Inland Empire in Riverside County. And not many people out there know that we even exist.
Right.
And, you know, it's hard to get the word out there when all this is going on too, you know.
Right. The state groups get overlooked, especially the members councils have been abandoned, in my opinion only. And I'm officially not part of the members council anymore. You have to fill out an application to join and all this stuff, and I have not done that. So
Okay, so
just because
I misspoke, but
yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't want people to think that I'm overstepping by saying that I am, because I'm not.
right.
But I think my personal opinion is that the NRA members councils have been abandoned by their leadership. And it's kind of sad, because you have so many very loyal grassroots members in these members councils, and their numbers have dwindled because of neglect over the past 10 years,
Hmm.
while some of the leaders looked out for their own interests and not the group's interests.
True.
And that's my personal opinion. I think that the members were neglected and abandoned. And that's unfortunate, because I can't think of one members council member that I have met over the last 6 years that wasn't a dedicated Second Amendment supporter, wanting to fight for California, and very happy to be a member of the NRA. I can't think of one. Honestly, I can't think of one. But it's been too bad. They had very poor leadership in their liaison. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree on that. Definitely. I mean, I'm hoping though that we can move forward and do better now that those certain people are not really in there anymore and
Right.
controlling us. So we're able to now kind of decide certain things for ourselves. So that's a plus.
Right.
Um, I mean, we're still limited, but we're now capable to make a decision on what we want to do without feeling the pressure and the okay, I'm not a fearful person, but I'm saying as the group and as a whole, fear without fear of being kicked out or
Right.
reprimanded for that matter. So that's a good thing.
Right. Right. I agree. I see where you're coming from on there. And it would be great if you had a person that could lead all of them to grow. And that may happen in the future. We don't know. But at this point, I think that's the last thing on the NRA's mind, because the NRA members councils have been under the rule of the executive office, which is led by Wayne LaPierre. And he's only focused on his own behind at this point and nobody else.
Well, I don't blame him for being focused on his own behind right now because his behind is on is being focused on with the
Yeah.
media. I mean, it's on blast right now.
That's
So
what any of us would be doing, honestly. Any of
yeah,
us would be kind of setting everything else aside and focusing on this if we were in
exactly.
his shoes.
He's on blast right now. So I
Yeah.
mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
So
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the future with that.
So, okay, so moving on to another subject, RCGO. So Riverside County Gun Owners is really doing very well right now, with especially with the hashtag Not Me.
Yeah.
Um, I
Not RC.
yeah, I mean we keep gaining new clients every day. It seems like, or every few days, and I got like I said, I reached out so far in the last 3 or 4 days. I had 4 people so far,
Yeah, me
and
too. Yeah.
it's been pretty cool. I mean, getting to know these women, you know.
Right. We'll
So,
have a we're gonna do a basic pistol class
oh yeah,
and get these ladies in there. I just have to pick a date or two.
yeah, I'm with you. I have some of the equipment we're gonna use.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Me
We'll
too.
get them there. We'll do a basic pistol and then see where they want to go from there. Then we can do, our CGO has a great seminar for getting your CCW. And then I think the next step might be, hey, let's do this seminar together. And we
Right.
can present the CCW seminar and then push them out of the nest to go get their CCW.
Yes, and and firearms and stuff because there's a lot of women too and people out there, even men. I've noticed too that have never bought a firearm or even shot a firearm before, and they're so interested in learning about it. And but the hashtag Not Me is mostly for women, but I mean, we do welcome their some men because they're like their better halves or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I think we have a few spouses that want to come and watch,
yeah. So I mean,
which is
I
great. Mhm. It,
yeah, I enjoy teaching. You know me, even
mhm.
though I'm working on my instructor's license, you know that, or certificate, but I enjoy helping you.
I enjoy everybody when we all work together. It makes it so much better.
Yeah, it's
We
fun.
have a blast.
It's rewarding too.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of, Vicky reached out to me, and I call her number one. So number one reached out to me and said that she heard that I was going to be doing the WOTs. And of course, they're going to be right there volunteering. And I said, well, yeah, nobody does it by themselves. That's what makes it amazing and makes it work is having everybody work together. Without you, I'm nothing. Without each other, we're nothing as a women on target or a not me RC. It's that partnership together that makes it all wonderful and amazing.
Exactly. And we have fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. There's nothing better than taking someone who's scared from saying bye to Liz. She was here.
Oh,
Um, at the rock shop. One of our rock shop ladies is a doctor and she comes here. But anyway, I get off course. But yeah, without each one of us, there wouldn't be a whole machine.
right.
And that's what it takes to keep it working smoothly and beautifully.
Yeah, we're a team. Team effort.
Kind of the old guard almost.
Yes. That's true. That's
So
true.
for the viewers, I mean, some of our volunteers have been doing this for, oh my gosh, 30 years or more. So it's great to have that experience and give it to someone else, and then we get to pass it on to ladies who go from being scared to wanting to go get their CCW. I
Mm,
find that super fulfilling.
definitely. Definitely.
And the
That's,
mamas, and the mamas are the ones that teach the kids.
yeah. Yeah. That's another thing. I had posted, I think about 3 or 4 days ago, on Facebook, um, that a little picture that says that it starts with the moms teaching the kids, and it had a mother helping her small child, or probably about 6 7 year old or whatever, learn how to shoot. Well, Facebook decided to put a cover over it, one of those covers over it, and say that there may be violent content.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's not
ridiculous.
there's nothing violent about that picture. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to for as parents, mothers, fathers, to teach our young children how to respect a firearm, how to shoot a firearm, how when not to shoot a firearm, when not to touch it, when to
yeah,
touch it, you know,
yeah.
know where it's at, but keep it to yourself.
Right,
Yeah, things
right.
like that, it's important.
Yeah, yeah. And we should probably talk about that more on one of our Zooms. We can talk about Eddie Eagle, the NRA's program. We can talk about what's a good age to introduce your child to firearms, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because there are recommendations for that. And Rob Pincus, he's nationally known. He actually wrote a book that, I think it's called My Mommy Has the Gun and My Dad Does Too. And that's a really good book. I bought it. It's for any younger kid, but it talks about different situations and occupations that have firearms and how to explain it to small children. It's really good. It's short and sweet and simple and non-scary and non-intimidating, and
that's,
it's a good intro if any parents want to get that.
that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you guys, all everybody out there who's watching this, there you go. There's something that you might want to get to read about, to teach your children, you know,
yeah,
about
it's a good book.
firearms.
Yeah, any book by Rob Pinkish you're gonna get something out of, but this is his specific kid book, and
Mm.
I did buy it. I mean, my kids all know about guns; they're all old, but
Yeah,
I wanted to read it for myself.
yeah. My youngest just turned 21 yesterday, so
Yeah, happy birthday if he's back there.
he's over there somewhere. He's playing his games with his friend.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I got my oldest who'll be 25 in August. So
We're getting old, girlfriend. We're getting old.
I think I'm older than you, though.
Yeah, but we don't look it. You know,
God, I hope not. I
look it. Not at all.
think. I think I told you about that on another video about the guy who came to deliver a box. Thought I was 20 years old. I'm like, or under, I don't know, 20.
Underage.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
you
like,
weren't allowed to have the box because you weren't 21 or something, or
yeah, he wanted to see my ID. I said, are you serious? Yeah, I said, either he was not a smart one or he was just messing with me for pretty good, because he looked pretty serious.
well, maybe he was serious though, you know.
I don't know. Maybe it was a good day for me.
It's a good hair day.
Good hair
Yeah.
day, good face day.
The youthful glow.
The lotion was working. She puts the lotion on.
Yeah. Put the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, it puts the lotion on.
That's funny.
You know what that quote's from, right?
Oh yeah. Silence of the lamb.
Yeah. None of my lambs are silent here.
The loudness of the lambs.
Exactly. Exactly. So now I guess a lot of people are talking about how Biden had mentioned or announced he wants to um, set guidelines on the firearms and bans and red flags and all that. And
Right.
people are saying, thinking that it's um, an executive action,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't say it was for executive actions. So he's pretty much saying that he wants to set guidelines. He has not set anything, done anything yet for that. He's recommending. He said he was recommending those guidelines to the Congress to
Right.
do.
Well, I don't think he's smart enough to do a lot of things, but the people behind him are smart enough to do evil things to our Second Amendment. And one of the things he has put in there is he wants to get rid of all ghost guns, the
Oh
guns
shoot!
that people can make.
Hold that thought. Go ahead.
Okay, we had to pause for an Amazon delivery for
Yes,
Danielle.
I love.
But we were talking about ghost guns, and Biden wants to ban the alleged ghost guns. So guns that aren't traceable, which would include those that are made at home, including 3D printed guns. So now you can print out your firearms. But I'm wondering how they regulate that, because they wouldn't know what you were doing with your 3D printer unless
Yeah,
they were more intrusive. I'm not sure how they do that. And what they want to do is let every state declare its own red flag law, meaning if your neighbor thinks you're a jerk, they can say, "Oh, I'm scared of this guy," and they can come to your house and ask for your guns and take your guns. That's basically what red flag is in a nutshell. So
exactly.
it's great. It's awesome for people. I saw an article and the lady, I can't remember her name, but it is great for criminals and domestic violence situations. That's fantastic. Put more laws on people, take away more rights, because it only empowers the bad guys and reduces the power of the victim. I mean,
Well,
that's sarcasm. I'm not really supporting it. So,
exactly. And see, people think gun control is um controlling the amount of people who have firearms, really, about taking the firearms away from bad people, which it doesn't really do that. Gun control is mostly about taking those guns from everybody, even the good people who actually use those firearms to protect themselves, protect you, or anybody, anybody that's near them that they are able to protect. That's also gun control is basically about controlling the people. You
right.
take away the guns from the people, you can control the people.
Yeah. Well, you take a red flag law and the cops come in and take your guns. It takes it away from anybody in this household. Okay. So the lady that might need it to defend against this crazy guy, she no longer has that. Okay. It's just ridiculous. There's no legal process to it. You aren't innocent until proven guilty when these things happen. You're immediately found guilty, and then you have to fight to prove yourself innocent, get these guns back. So it's completely ridiculous.
Yeah, and gun control is not protecting anybody.
No,
It's not
no,
protecting
the power,
anybody.
it's about power. It's
It is.
about power. The government knows that the unarmed people won't be ruled by a socialist, communist, dictatorial government. So, in order to get us to that point, they have to disarm us.
Exactly. But that's a big problem here in the United States. We're not as small as some of the countries that have done that. Like, Australia, they've done this to Australia. They're doing it where they did it in England. But look at England, or Europe. How many stabbings did they
Yeah,
have after that happened?
acid attacks, knife attacks, rapes went up, everything else, everything's gone up.
Exactly.
Everything.
Exactly. And I think at one point they were thinking of banning knives.
Yeah, we did. I think we joked about it. Pretty soon, people are just going to only have spoons, no forks, no knives, nothing that could possibly harm you. Oh, and the other big one you touched on Biden was that he said a little prayer, that if God came down here, that he
Mhm.
would only ask God to make gun manufacturers responsible for crimes that people commit with their guns.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
So we sue car manufacturers when people drunk drive. We sue the Pabst Blue Ribbon or Coors when people drink too much and kill other people with their car. Or we sue knife manufacturers now when somebody gets stabbed. I mean, where does it end? We sue, the toaster company when somebody throws one in someone's bathwater. I mean, I'm being extreme here to make a point, but where do we draw the line? Honest, where do we
E-
draw the line?
Even to the companies that make ropes.
Right,
You
right,
know,
exactly.
I mean,
Are pharmaceutical companies. I think that's next on the list for people that overdose on drugs, or nobody has personal responsibility anymore. We're just going to make somebody else responsible for our horrible decisions, our evilness in society, our mental health problems. It's going to be someone else's fault. It's not going to cure it.
nope, sure isn't. People are weird.
There's a forklift behind me. See right here, forklift.
Oh, that's
There's
so.
a metal shop next door. So
Oh yeah, well, we both had having interruptions tonight for sure.
well, I'm sitting outside, so my light's failing anyway. I'm next to a bunch of tires because there's a smog shop and a tire shop here.
Oh,
Hyper.
yeah, I know the feeling. I
I keep moving towards the street light. Oh, I'm right
know.
here, street light.
I
If
know.
I'm in the car, it's in the dark right now, so I'm just out here
It's okay. Yeah,
balancing on the window.
it's just like when I have because my husband has his shop. So in the morning when I'm trying to still sleep a little longer, I can hear grinding. I can hear the air compressor going on and off. I can hear slamming of tires and
All
you
that
know
fun.
all that fun stuff. It's
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it so much if it wasn't the fact that my house is like right there. you
Right.
know. But
Yeah.
it's just part of the job. It just makes me get up earlier.
Well, next week, let's see if we have an update on the Newsom recall next week, and
Yeah.
maybe we can talk about some of firearms and kids, like questions on that people have,
We could do
and what Eddie Eagle is.
who and what he
Who
does.
and what is Eddie?
Who, what, when, and where. Why.
Exactly.
So that'd be cool. Sounds good to me.
I'll do that.
So I don't know. I am so tired right now. You don't even
Yeah, me
know.
too. I'm gonna have to go get dinner still. So
I'm lucky I still have leftovers. So
you will be
well, my son wanted meatloaf yesterday for his birthday, so he loves the
sound
meatloaf. So I made that, and since I have everybody here, I made two big batches of it. So I still
that
have
sounds
leftovers.
amazing.
Yeah. but it'll go
Yummy.
tonight.
Yeah.
So the cake is already practically gone. There's like this little bit of piece left.
It looks perfect.
Oh, it's good.
My dad loved meatloaf sandwiches when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that sounds good too.
Leftover meatloaf, some white bread.
Mm, some
Yeah, good
cheese.
stuff.
Add some
Yeah. You can
cheese.
put cheese on it. Yeah, you can put cheese on
Little bit of mayo.
it. Yeah.
Not
Oh
every
my God.
mayo.
I love Veo. I love it. But I took my youngest to breakfast this morning because it was just her and I, and she wanted a hamburger at breakfast, which is fine. I don't care. But they had put like a teaspoon of mayo on there, and I guess she has a mayo aversion, and she totally had a meltdown. She was gagging. I said, you don't have to eat it. I'll order you something else. And she tried her best to scrape every piece of mayo off, and I had to cover it with lettuce so she wouldn't even have to see the mayo. And she was convinced that you could smell the mayo. It was
Oh,
totally wigging her out.
oh.
So I felt so. I just said, just don't eat it. Just oh my. Okay, I'll save it for my brother. My brother will eat it. But I call it the mayo meltdown now. Couldn't handle it. It was kind of funny,
Ay, ay, ay. The things our kids do.
right?
I
Like, when do you hate mayo? Well, I just don't like it. It smells bad. It looks bad. It tastes bad. Okay, whatever.
made with eggs.
That's what I told her. Eggs and oil. Pretty much. That's it.
Yeah.
She Googled it because she didn't believe me when I told her that.
She didn't believe you.
Yeah, she didn't believe me, so she had to Google it. Yeah, she was funny.
That is. That's hilarious.
I love mayo.
Oh, I
Love
love
it.
my mayo. I love it on just sandwiches mainly, and let's see what else. Oh, like when I make fish sticks or some fish fillets, I'll mix mayo and ketchup together and eat it with that like that. So
Right.
that I learned that from when I used to get fish from H and Salt Fish. Do you remember them from years
No.
ago? Oh, you
Mm-mm.
wouldn't. You're that's right. It's only California. Sorry, you're
No, no.
Montana.
Yeah.
So years and years ago, they had a place called H and Salt,
Huh.
and they like the fish and chips that you get from certain restaurants where they're really lightly crisp and everything. That's what they used to make. But then they had this sauce that was mayonnaise and ketchup, and or with their own little dressing. But ever since then, I've been eating it like that. It's so good.
Um, I'm
Yeah.
just hungry, so everything sounds good right this moment.
Sorry. I
No,
just I just had groceries delivered today too, and I'm thinking about that fish right now.
it
I was
sounds
like,
good.
forget meatloaf. I'm gonna make fish.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make goulash tomorrow and then something healthy on Sunday.
Sundays I make big dinners and breakfasts. Tomorrow I'm planning on making homemade waffles with homemade cut up strawberries and everything,
It sounds yummy.
syrup, and like how you cut them up and you add sugar to them and then you leave them in the
Mm-hmm.
fridge for hours and they get really sweet and tasty.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna make that, and I'm gonna make potatoes chopped up with onions, and I believe some sausage and bacon
Nice. Of
for
course,
breakfast.
bacon.
Yeah, always gotta have my bacon.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do all that for breakfast, and then because we're always so stuffed through lunchtime, still from breakfast.
Right.
Dinner, I'm gonna make barbecue chicken thighs in the oven, some chicken rice, flavored rice, like rice-a-roni rice,
Mm-hmm.
and some green beans made with bacon,
Bacon.
bacon and onions. So I'll be making all that tomorrow.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah, sounds exhausting too,
Yeah.
but it's rewarding.
Yeah. Well, we'll either have. You know what? I might make goulash on Monday because I think everybody in the house will be there.
Hmm.
I think all 5 people will be there. So then, yeah, goulash would go over well with all the children.
I'm saying goulash.
What's in goulash?
Yeah.
Usually macaroni noodles, diced. You can put kind of diced anything. Corn. It's like a tomato sauce with burger and macaroni noodles and tiny green beans. pepper, onion,
Mm.
tomato. Yeah, it's a poor man's dish, but
Yeah.
all the kids like it, so that's why I try to save it for when all the kids are there. But tomorrow we might have fajitas because I don't think the kids would care. Not all the kids will be there, so I don't think they would care.
Well, they both sound good. Sound
Yeah,
good.
we're gonna start trying to eat healthier.
I keep telling myself that, and then I never do it. I get
Yeah,
stuck. I get back into. I'm like, I'm gonna eat healthier. I'm gonna eat, you know, a lot less meats and stuff, certain meats, but I
mhm.
just love to eat. I don't know.
No, if we didn't have to eat, it would be easier, but we want to eat yummy stuff when we eat.
Right? I mean, I have a problem.
Well, when I get home, I did promise the youngest one that I would go for a walk with her. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
Just be careful.
yeah. It's a good neighborhood and we'll look out. We'll keep
That's
our eyes open.
that's good. I'm glad.
But I
Okay.
think the lapidary class is ending too, so I'll have to leave.
Oh boy. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I better let you go.
Okay, until next time.
Until next time.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye,
All right,
everybody.
bye.
Bye.